Got the homie Young Gravy on Zoom right now. First of all, how you doing? How's everything?
Doing good, baby. I'm back in Minneapolis right now. There's a blizzard outside. You know what it is out here. I guess y'all kind of know too, but
I was about to say, wait, are you? Have you been in LA
yeah, I've been in LA until like 4 or 5 days ago.
and you
So
willingly went back?
I no, I try to stay out of here during the this season, but I wanted to come see my mama real quick. So
How's
I'm
Mama
visiting.
doing?
She's doing good. She's doing good.
Are you low key a mama's boy? It's all good. We all are.
Oh, 100%, 200%. I'm proud of it.
I love that. So, how's your 2021 been so far?
Man, what is it? Oh yeah, it's already February. It's been good. Let me think. I kind of just moved into a crib in LA like within the last 6 months. I was like living like a nomad before that, hopping around. But we just, I'm finally kind of posted there, got some furniture and making the crib look nice.
How has it been? I guess like moving across the country into LA to chase the dream.
Um, well, I guess let me think. Since like I graduated school 2017, college, not high school, graduated in 2017. And then I went on tour right after that. And since, I mean, most of my years have been like a third of it on tour, third of it. No, I mean, there like maybe a third in Minnesota, and then the rest was kind of between LA and Atlanta.
Mhm.
So I was always just like either bumming at a friend's spot or Airbnb it or something. So I mean, I'm kind of used to that lifestyle now. So now having an actual I got an apartment in Minneapolis, got my mom's house as well, and then the spot in LA. So it's kind of nice to actually have like go one spot and have like my own clothes and shoes rather than just a duffel bag. So it's been
Absolutely.
good. It's been good.
I'm glad it's been good to you. What's the one thing that you feel like you miss from touring?
Oh, a lot of things. Main thing I guess is like I mean I love I was gonna say seeing new cities, but you don't really see that much because you wake up, do your show, and kind of have to ride on the next day. I'd say just getting to meet the fans and stuff and see that energy and every night kind of, getting to see that love and whatnot rather than just through your phone.
You know what I always wondered? Is it addictive being on stage and performing and have people singing back to you while you're on stage? How describe that feeling to someone that's never had that before?
It's I mean it's beautiful. It's a real dope feeling. After a while, it's almost like I gotta like sit down and think about it afterwards. Like, yeah, this is dope because you kind of get numb to it, but it's awesome. Like, I mean, I do the meet and greets are crazy, seeing people come in with like this crazy art that they made of me or something like that. But being able to point the mic at the crowd and not say a word and just hear every lyric is that's one of the best feelings for sure.
What
And
is
also being one other thing, being 215 pounds and never getting dropped during a crowd surf, that's dedication right there.
That's dope.
Yeah, right.
That's fire.
I got a lot of love for the people that probably got concussions and whatnot for my feet.
It's all
Mm,
good though. It's all in the name of concert and having a good time.
yeah, right. It's just for the energy.
What's the most memorable thing that you feel like that's happened while you were on tour?
Um, oh, it's easy. It's happened 3 times now actually, but the first one I'll never forget. This guy proposed to his girlfriend during our meet and greet.
Oh,
So we're
nice.
going to take all our picture together, and then he's like, "Oh, you look really good with that gravy shirt on, but I think you look even better with this on." And he got on his knees and he had a ring, and I was like, I cried right away, man. It was crazy. We had like, and then I was gonna actually go to their wedding and whatnot, but I couldn't because of show. But no, it was awesome having having them or get engaged at my show, and then I helped a guy do it in Tampa one time, which was awesome. So
I
that's
was
probably
gonna
the most
ask,
memorable.
were you in on it at during the meet and greet? Did you know that it was no, you didn't.
No, that one I wasn't in on, which was wild. And then the following one, I think the guy was in meet and greet and told me about it, and then during the show, I helped him do it, which was wild.
That's so
Yeah,
dope that you I feel like that is one thing that those couples will always remember being at your show and
yeah,
being engaged. And
right.
you're a
Yeah,
part
it's
of
like
it.
when they tell that story, and it'll always be there, and I love that feeling. So
That's
that's probably
amazing.
one of the most memorable. Uh, a lot of things, but that's got to be it.
Let's talk about like artists and using TikTok and Instagram and just like social media as a general. Like, how important is it for an artist to utilize that?
Uh, I think it's really important. From day one when I started making music, I mean, it was mainly SoundCloud for me, but I was still like, I made a new Instagram. I had my own personal one, you know, growing up, or whatever. I made like a new Instagram, new Twitter, and everything. I was like, yo, I just got to like start doing this, and it's a slow grind. I mean, coming up, but like what, like I think that helps so much because I mean that's what everyone is doing on their phone at all times now. I had I didn't like TikTok for a long time. I don't know what it was. Something about it made me cringe a little bit.
Was it the dancing and you seen people up there just like
I
dancing
I
and
think I think it's gotten better, and I've actually I started like actually using it now a bit. But TikTok to me, I think now is like the biggest. It's one of the biggest things that influences like which songs get popular because I'll have a song. I mean, I think I've had 3 or 4 songs that like kind of started trending on there and took off, and it's crazy to see like how that converts into streams because if everyone on there is using it, like everyone wants to do that trend or whatever, and people get. I mean, I've seen some really crazy creative stuff on there too.
right?
Um, but yeah, man, TikTok seems like it's really the new wave. Like, it's crazy. Like having worked on Instagram for like 3 or 4 years, and then I made a TikTok like less than a year ago, and getting more views on there than Instagram stuff. It's just it took over, man.
At what point were you like, I need to put this song on TikTok?
Well, I mean, and when I deliver the music to wherever, like through whether it's through my label or independent, like I'm always like, oh, put it on TikTok, right? But uh actually getting people to sort of like use it on there. I mean, I got a few friends that are TikTokers on there, and sometimes I'll be like, hey, you should check this song out, you know, kind of casually just toss it their way. But I mean, it's probably been like a year or two since my first song took off on there, and you know, I don't got a problem with that.
Absolutely. I was always wondering, does your notifications blow up whenever you put a song on TikTok, just people just discovering it and
Oh,
wondering,
I don't got notifications on for any of those.
you
I can,
don't?
no, man, I got I know. I mean, I guess I haven't for years now, but I can't go on social media that long. I have these 2 really dope interns that'll be on Instagram and TikTok and kind of like alert me if there's something to check out or whatever. But other than like posting my own stuff, I try to stay away from most social media. It's just I don't know. So it stresses me out.
I have friends who say that it's just too much sometimes. Like that's why they had to remove the notifications because it stresses them out. And
Yeah.
it's a lot just coming at you at any given moment.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I mean, I'd say specifically with Instagram, if I had notifications on, like with the DMs, and I couldn't use my phone, right? You know, like it
Mhm.
doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. But I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of good stuff out there, but I think I had to remove myself for a while, especially like when COVID was starting, like just a lot of negativity that you'd see, and you kind of gotta like had to start filtering, like you know who I was following and whatnot because I don't know, man. They're like just in general. There's you said with notifications, there's a lot, but just in general, opening up Instagram, there's a lot. You know, seeing everybody's posts and all this crazy stuff going on. You know,
Were when you were looking at notifications and DMs and things like that, were you the type of person to jump down the rabbit hole and look at messages and try to reply and
there was definitely yeah. I mean, there will definitely be days where I'm feeling inspired. Even now, where I'm feeling inspired, and I'll go in and I'll look at the fans and anyone who really cares and like is showing some love. I'll respond to them and like have a conversation. I still do that. That's my favorite part about social media is seeing people who will like open up over DMs or send you something like really actually heartfelt and kind of get to interact with them because seeing that reaction from them is always, I don't know, it feels great. I've always done that. Looking at like the normal notifications or like just weird, weird DMs, you know, like those I avoid, but there's some dope ones for sure.
take me back to the younger Gravy, right? And
Yeah.
you're listening to music and you hear that one song that just pulls you in and you're like, I want to do this too. Do you remember that one song that you heard?
Uh, that's a hard one. I think some like at least inspiration for like actually starting to rap. I think one of the most influential albums was Rubber Band Business Part One, the mixtape by Juicy J.
Hmm.
Um, that and this, so Stone, it's called Stoner's Night, which is it's kind of a slept on song. A Stoner's Night Part One and Two, where he's sampling these the soul music and making these sort of trap beats with it. And I mean, hearing that vibe and the energy and just kind of the I don't even know, like the blase, lyrical, fun, uh, fun stuff, like just give like not caring about about anything really. That's what really kind of inspired me to like make just try to bring that sound and make it more pop. And I'm like, not enough people are listening to this. So I'd say Juicy J, especially in the mixtape era. I've always really been into Action Bronson and kind of what he does. So I guess if I had to pick one song, I'd say Stoner's Night Part Two, Juicy J.
And so when you heard that, were you like, all right, let me start writing or let me start practicing? Like, what was your next step in your mind?
No, man, I think for a while it was like, I mean, that was just like kind of the anthem of my friend group when I was in uh high school and whatnot. So I mean, I still listen to that song all the time, but um I think what really kind of made me want to make music and start pursuing it was just I don't know. I had to start looking at jobs and stuff, and I just was like not into it, man. I was like, this is not, you know what I mean? Like, I got a. This was when I was in college, right? And I'm looking at these jobs and like had a few more serious things where I had to kind of like filter myself and like I felt like it wasn't really me, trying to be in a professional setting. At that point, I was like, yo, like I'd always thought it'd be cool to try to be a rapper, but I was like, oh, that's not possible. And then I started seeing how SoundCloud as a platform could actually kind of make people like make anybody take off no matter where you're from. So then it was a blend of like, I don't want to have a 9 to 5 and I like SoundCloud rap. And I was like, let me try it out, you
What
know?
was that? What was that 9 to 5 that you just could not deal with?
I mean, so the job I had, the job I had before, I mean, it wasn't 9 to 5, it was like when I was in school, but I worked at this a startup accelerator, which is like it's a company that helps these startups get off the ground. It's like a record label for startup companies. But that wasn't bad. It was just like seeing these people that I was interacting with that were like late, like I don't know, a lot older than me, and we're doing like this crazy grind, and then seeing like I don't know what I envisioned things as after college, and I was like, all right, man, this is I wouldn't even trace it back to a specific thing. It was just like uh, the lifestyle that I had been into before that, and being like, oh, I actually kind of got to do this now.
I gotta get to work. So
So,
fast forward. Oops is out. Tell us all about that.
oops, man, that song. When I was making my album, the most recent one, Gasanova, I was just I kept on getting all these beats from producers that were like a lot of producers, unless it's like the main people I work with, if there's producers that are like, oh, let me send you a pack or whatever, I can always just tell it's like, oh, they made a gravy pack because they know like my main sort of sound where it's a sampled trap record with the crazy 808s with some sort of soul, the Bobby Womack sampler, whatever it is. And I was like, man, like I wanted to experiment more. And I heard this song by Peaches from the 90s. I can't say it, I guess I can't say the title, but it was basically this like it kind of inspired the um if you know, you know what song it is. But anyways, it inspired this. I was like, yo, I need to rap on something like this. And it's just I was like, let me get these real 90s. I think is it 909s instead of 808. I don't know. It's some sort of this sound that no, I hadn't heard public or released in years. And I've just been always trying to recreate things that people are missing out on. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, there's art, there's these kids these days that haven't heard some of this
I
great
know
music.
exactly what you mean because I am like I just am infatuated with the 90s. So I spend like a lot of my time listening to like 90s hip hop and like 90s R&B because
Mhm,
it feels like it's something that's missing right now. So I get
mhm.
exactly what you're doing and I feel like it's funny because when I was listening to it, I felt like that it had like I don't want to say a throwback feel to the song, but there was like this soul like R&B if that makes sense to the beat.
Yeah, I mean, like ever since I started, I was like, I listen to more soul and more like oldies than I even do to hip hop. Really, I love hip hop, but that's just my favorite genre is this older stuff, and it's just doesn't get popular these days, even though some artists are still doing it. Um, but I with that one in particular, I was like, okay, yo, like people need this, like people are missing out. I try to post on social media like, yo, check this out, and it's like, people just go for what's new and cool, and I was like, let's get this one out there.
Well,
So, man, I
it's
need it.
it sounds dope. I like it.
Thank you.
Tell us what's
Appreciate it.
next. What you working on next?
Man, I have because of COVID, I've had a tour that's been postponed like 4 times now.
Is that
Uh,
frustrating?
So that's not next. It was gonna be next. Uh, what's next? I've gotten into a couple things outside of music. TV show coming soon. That we've just kind of started working on it out in LA.
Mhm.
So some TV related stuff. Always working on new music. I wanna release like some more EPs and collaborate with more friends. That people know that I've worked with. Baby No Money obviously is like my
He's dope and
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, like that's like my main, like my best friend, main collaborator. So we always got more stuff coming that'll never end. But working on new music, hoping for tours to come back. And then like I said, TV, working on trying to get my way into making a sauce, like an actual edible
Gravy.
sauce,
Yeah.
like a hot sauce or something, and a beverage. I have a few in mind, but those it's a long process to get it started, but a lot of ideas that I'm working on.
Well, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you got this.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's either way. I'll try to make it happen.
Well, I appreciate you jumping on and chatting with us. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all digging my music. So it means a lot.